and thanks for joining us from our studios in Israel. I'm Natasha Kirchuk here with ILTV's morning briefing.
This weekend was a busy one for the Israeli army after a series of terror incidents were narrowly avoided across the country. Israeli security forces arrested two young Palestinians in the West Bank on Saturday who were both carrying knives. One young woman was carrying a blade in her bag at the Kalandia checkpoint, and another 18-year-old youth was found with a knife at a checkpoint near the Tomb of the Patriarchs. Both suspects have been taken in for questioning, and the 18-year-old is thought to have been planning a stabbing attack in revenge for the death of his cousin, who was shot while carrying out an attack himself. Earlier Friday, a Palestinian man was shot dead by IDF troops when he ran toward a guard post near the West Bank settlement of Ofra. The IDF says he did not appear armed, but he failed to heed to the soldiers' repeated orders to halt, and was therefore shot. The IDF has now opened an investigation into his shooting. Meanwhile, Israeli soldiers have released warning shots at several suspects approaching the Israeli-Syrian border. The incident took place just yesterday in the Golan Heights, and the suspects left the area after the shots were fired. In the past, incidents on the border during the Syrian civil war have led to retaliatory attacks by Israel. Just last week, a mortar round hit a minefield on the Israeli side of the border, and Israel responded with a retaliatory strike against the Syrian army. The Syrian Golan has been the site of intense fighting since a civil war has broken out between Assad regime forces and the Al-Qaeda affiliate Nusra Front. Hezbollah and Iran's Al-Quds force have also gotten heavily involved, but Israel maintains a policy of holding Damascus responsible for all fire from Syria into Israel, regardless of where it's coming from. Republican megadonor Sheldon Adelson met with Donald Trump last week in New York and urged him to demonstrate a measure of humility, according to the New York Times. Adelson told Trump he was committed to his campaign, but it's unclear if Trump has now altered his approach enough to induce Adelson to release the money. So far, 83-year-old Adelson, who's head of the Republican Jewish coalition, has not given any money to the Trump campaign, despite a pledge in May to contribute as much as $100 million. The day after the two men met, Trump offered his surprising comment, saying, "Sometimes in the heat of debate and speaking on a multitude of issues, you don't choose the right words or you say the wrong thing. And believe it or not, I regret it, particularly where it may have caused personal pain. Too much is at stake for us to be consumed with these issues." The discovery of an Israeli firm's secret method of hacking iPhones and iPads has prompted Apple to issue a patch to fix a flaw in the security of its products. The spyware, codenamed Pegasus, took advantage of previously undisclosed weaknesses in Apple's mobile operating system, and was capable of completely overtaking devices. The software can track calls and contacts, collect passwords, read text messages and emails, record calls, and trace the whereabouts of the user. The iPhone hack is a product of the NSO Group, an Israeli company that makes software for governments which can secretly target mobile phones and gather information. The NSO Group was founded in Herzliya in 2010 by Omri Lavi and Shalev Julio, alumni of the elite IDF intelligence unit 8200. The company was bought 2 years ago for $120 million by San Francisco-based Francisco Partners Management, but it maintains an office in Israel staffed mainly with Israelis.
That's all for now. I'm Natasha Kirchuk, and see you later with our main daily broadcast from Israel at 2 p.m. Eastern Time.